I've been into running for a while. I love going out on my own, getting some exercise, and I love the meditative nature of it. But I love parkrun. I love going down, cycling or jogging down to Hove Prom to see the sea and the waves, sunshine or the stormy weather on a Saturday morning. And sometimes trying to run as fast as I can. Sometimes I run all the way holding hands with my 6-year-old and thinking I'm going to get an easy jog, but actually he's getting faster all the time. We aim to get our 50 t-shirts and our 10 t-shirt before the summer. Sometimes I volunteer, which I really like because it's part of the community. I am meeting regulars, and I love the fact that parkrun is all things to all people. You can be as fast as you want, but also it's a way of getting people into exercise or even just walking around. We always finish off with a cup of tea and a bacon sandwich in the cafe, and I always feel set up for the weekend.
So over the past 2 years, I've organised 2 teach meets specifically for music teachers to be able to get together, share resources and ideas and best practice. And I found this has been really positive, especially for people that are in smaller, maybe one-man departments, as often we find ourselves in as music teachers. So this is a way of allowing teachers to connect with each other and share ideas and resources.
I love being out of doors, and I rarely in a working week see the outside or step outside when I'm at school. So a few years ago I got an allotment. I don't get there as often as I like to in term time, but it really makes a difference when I do get to go outside. It led me to doing an evening class in horticulture, and it was brilliant to be a student again and be taught something completely new. One thing it has led me to do is notice how the seasons change, and even when I can't get to the allotment, driving to work, if I go a country route, I put the windows down and I can really notice how the seasons change, and it helps even if I can't get outside.
So last year I signed up for a floristry course because I wanted to learn a new skill and to meet people and to express my creativity in a slightly different way. So it was a lovely opportunity to do that and to relax and unwind and each week make something different with my hands. And although the course is finished now, I can keep developing the skills, and it's also given me confidence to develop my knowledge of wine as well with some courses and classes since then. So hopefully those 2 skills combined will lead to lots of dinner party invitations and a more balanced life.
So I volunteer every Friday night at a youth group at my church for 14 to 18-year-olds, and that just means I get to spend time with young people, and we do some different activities together, and I mentor some of the girls. And it's a great way for me as a teacher to connect with other young people, a different environment where I'm not their teacher, we're not in school. And even though it's often the last thing I feel like doing on a Friday night when I've had a long week, it's a really enjoyable time. I always have loads of fun with them, and it's a great way to end the week and start the weekend.
So the way that I wind down from schoolwork is by doing exercise. So I do a mixture of different things. I do spinning, high intensity interval training, going on a long walk, going on a run. And I vary this to keep me interested in it. But I do this because sometimes when I leave work, maybe if I feel really stressed, I find it's a really good way so I can get rid of all the negative energy. And I always end up coming home afterwards feeling really good about myself, but also feeling better about whatever it is that's gone on at school, whether it's been a good or a bad day. I think it really sort of separates. So I go home, do that, and then get home, and then I can relax and then be ready for the next day.
So I think one way to improve well-being is to just stop and notice your surroundings. This makes you live in the present rather than worrying about the future or worrying about what may have happened in the past. So something as simple as noticing what the weather is like on your way into work, whether it looks pretty, there's a nice sunrise, or even something as simple as just acknowledging and being grateful for something that may have happened that's a good thing in your day. And I think this just makes you sort of live in the present and rather than worrying about other things that may have happened. So overall it improves your well-being.
I volunteer for a soup run in Brighton. I give out soup, bread and tea to homeless people in Brighton. I meet amazing people every day that I volunteer. People who throughout all of the many challenges and daily struggles to find food, water, shelter, companionship, safety and love, remain strong, positive and vibrant human beings throughout all of this. This gives me an amazing sense of perspective. In the hustle and bustle of our busy daily lives at school, it's often hard to see beyond the office, beyond the computer screen or beyond the classroom. When I have a bad day for whatever reason, the volunteering I do reminds me how fortunate I am to be doing a job that I love, one that fulfills my needs emotionally, mentally and financially, and surrounds me with caring people and inspiring people every day.
I'm currently taking a course in practical philosophy, and it happens on a Tuesday evening, and it's an 11-week course. And I'm really enjoying being part of the course because I get to learn something new. It also helps me to think in a completely different way to how I do normally. And also I get to meet new people, and often those people are not in education. And it's great to kind of meet people who aren't teachers and have discussions and think about things.
Hello, my contribution to wellbeing is that I offer a free staff aerobics class on a Friday after school, which might sound like more work for me, but actually I really enjoy teaching aerobics, so I get loads out of it myself, and sport is something that I really enjoy, so it's great to be able to offer that to other staff, particularly on a Friday at the end of the week. It's a good way to end the week.
Okay, for me, it's all about balance. And I think the most important thing for me is about working hard and playing hard. That makes me think, what am I doing? Just bear with me 1 minute. I'm starting to feel better already. Now I'm starting to feel a bit more myself. One more thing though, I think. Okay, I think I've got what I need. I'm dressed appropriately, hat, coat, all my gear, and I'm ready. So for me, it's about following your passions. Work, of course, is a passion, but there has to be other things in life. So for me, it's all about being outdoors. So I love to be in mountains, in remote places, and for me particularly, it's about water. So I love swimming. I will always windsurf or surf when it's windy, but to get outdoors, to kind of let yourself go, to forget about other things, gives me that other balance in life. I think also it's about travel for me. So I like to explore new places around the world, take my bag with me, follow the winds, and that gives me the balance that I need to offset the heavy work I do here at St Paul's.
So my thing this year was to learn a new skill. I've previously done quite a lot of sewing, but I wanted a project which was quite small, manageable, with obviously big workloads of teaching. So I started teaching myself tapestry and crocheting. So I go to a group called Stitch and Bitch, and we sit down, we chat with friends, and we just share skills and sort of learn that way, so it's quite informal. What I really love about it is I just sort of switch off from teaching, and it's sort of my time. I plan myself so that evening is sort of guilt-free. I can go out, enjoy myself, and the work that I'm doing are quite sort of small projects, so again it sort of feels manageable rather than another project sort of weighing down on yourself. So that's my new skill for the year.
So one of the things that I find that really helps me to relax and sort of manage my life and job together is I like to volunteer. So I do volunteering at a local football team for me, youth football team of under 14-year-olds. I'll be really honest, often when I'm leaving work and I'm busy, etc., on my drive to go to the football training on a Wednesday night, I often think, I haven't got time for this, or I think, why am I doing this? But when I get there, it's absolutely brilliant. I have fun with the children that are there. It completely relaxes my mind. And then when I get home, I feel completely relaxed and chilled out. And so it's a really good way to end one of my evenings during the week.
I think work-life balance as a teacher and a school leader is really, really important. And I've been asked to talk about how you can notice the environment around you. And I've got one person to thank in particular for that. So this is Amber, our school dog. And since having her, it means that I actually get out in the mornings. I run for about a mile each day. And you can just see the seasons, you can breathe, fresh air, it wakes you up, it gives you that vitality even when you're really, really tired. So it's really worthwhile.
So in order to sustain my teaching career, I've really enjoyed and valued the opportunity to study. That forces me to reflect on my practice. We all have a personal motivation for doing what we do, and maybe paradoxically for me, I quite like to learn, given that I'm a teacher, and I feel there's so much I don't know, and I like knowledge, not sort of for its own sake, just like in a list or whatever, but because I feel as though there's so much I don't know, so I'm forever searching. So study performs a function of making me understand why I do what I do and why I do it. I'm also a bit of an introvert. Again, maybe slightly odd for a teacher, but I think there are a fair few of us. So actually, I get my energy from being on my own. So I love watching movies, love watching movies with people, but I love watching movies on my own. I love listening to music on my own, and I suppose study does that for me as well. I go into a different zone, and I get re-energised. I love being around people, particularly my family and my close friends and all of that. And I suppose the study has given me that opportunity to reflect very intensely on my own. But at the end of it, what I realised was actually it was based on, my work is based on the people around me, the young people that I've worked with, my colleagues, and the enormous support of my family. So it was a life's work. I finally got to the end of it, and doctorate is a test resilience. There were many times I could have given up, and many times in which I had to revise, rewrite, completely start again, tweak each of my 7 chapters, and so yeah, I got there at the end, and it's a testament to all those people around me and the power of education.